Hey y'all, Brittany J is back in the house. I feel like I haven't been around in a long time. Sorry about the noise. Gotta sharpen my pencils here. I got some channel messages that I need to deliver to you all. Next time I'm gonna do this before I start, cause one of the things that I like to do is I like to color. This is pretty, right? Well, anyway, I got a few channel messages that I really want to go over with you guys, and I brought my cards just in case I feel led to pull some, but we'll just have to see. Before we begin, though, I just want to give thanks and honor to the Most High, and I pray that any and everybody that comes across this video, that they receive a message from the Most High directly, that I am used as a vessel and a channel to help you guys along your journey, whatever that looks like, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. Now, with that being said, the first channel message that I got is about honoring your intuition. That came over me so strong. Like, we don't honor our intuition enough, if I'm being honest. Like, a lot of times when we feel things, we'll gaslight ourselves into believing that we're tripping or being mean, and really it's you being guided. And an intuition is something that you can develop by honoring it, okay? So I feel strongly, especially in the week ahead, that if something does not feel right, honor it, okay? It's better to be safe than sorry, okay? If something doesn't feel right, if you don't feel good about a situation, if you feel like you're being lied to, if you feel like something is not right about somebody, just go with it, okay? Your internal guidance system is telling you that for a reason. It may not be the same for somebody else, but specifically for you, just go with it, okay? Also, you may be in a season or a time where it's just you and God. And I know that season of a long time, for me, it can be very peaceful. It does get lonely a little bit sometimes, but if I'm being honest, like overall, the peace that I have, the love and the joy that I have with my connection with God surpasses any feelings of lack of companionship. Like, I'll go to God in prayer. I'll be like, God, listen, you my boyfriend today, or you my best friend today, or if nobody answer the phone, or if nobody's available to me, or for any reason I'm just feeling alone, like, I truly, truly rely on God. And you may be in that season where it's really just you and God. And the reason why it's like that is because there's something that you are called to do that requires no outside distractions, no outside engagement, no outside influences. You don't need to doubt or second guess what God is telling you because your sister don't see it, or your best friend don't see it, or your husband doesn't agree. Some seasons are just about you and God, and whatever God is trying to do in your life, those of you who are drawn to this video, I can't find the words right now, but it's just you and God. It's just you and God. And it may not just be you and God in totality, but it may just be you and God on a particular project or a particular situation, or as it relates to something specific. You may feel like, okay, this next thing that I have to do, I can't tell anybody about. You better not. Because that is God letting you know that I need to work with you on this. When it's time to reveal, then you can let everybody know and you can bring everybody in. But right now, there's something that you need to focus on with no distractions. Okay? Hold on, my phone is about to die. Oh, well, we just gonna As long as it's rolling, we just gonna keep going. So I'm not gonna make this a long video. I haven't even started coloring yet. Okay. The next channel message that I got, and it's kind of related to that intuition, which is follow the internal guidance that you receive. The internal guidance that you receive is customized and specific to you. I always say this: if you have known me for a long time, you know I am a firm believer and teacher in the fact that your relationship with the Most High, your relationship with Source, your relationship with God, your relationship with your ancestors, whoever it is that you connect to and that you honor, is specific, personal, and customized. It requires no outside validation. So like I was saying, you need to follow the internal guidance. I don't know what happened. I got cut off. Then when I re-recorded, it was muted. And I said, you know what? I am going to get this message out. I am going to get this message out. So there are things that you are going to receive that no one else will understand, okay? You're going to feel called to do things. It could be very small. It could be very large. I need you to honor that. If you feel it strongly in your spirit, that pull, that call to do something, to show up a certain way, to take a certain route, to do something a certain way, I need you to answer that call. I need you to honor what you are actually feeling and answer that call. Okay? And I need you to understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? And so because we are spiritual beings having a human experience, everything that we experience, everything that we feel called to do is not going to make logical sense. It's not going to satisfy our brains in a logical way. You understand? We're not just, there's a balance, of course, that we have to have when it comes to our practicality and our spirituality. But when it comes to what you feel called to do, I need you to be open-minded enough to understand that even if it does not make logical sense. Let me get my music back going. I turned the music off and everything out. Every time I try to deliver these messages, just a side note, every time I try to deliver these messages, I incur certain obstacles. And sometimes, especially in the past, I've allowed those obstacles to distract me, to discourage me. I would be like, oh, that's a sign that I shouldn't do this. But no, I know what I've been called to do. I know what God has placed on my heart. And so it's going to happen. I'm going to see to it that it happens, even if it's imperfect. So even if this message is imperfect, even if what you feel called to do, even if the results are imperfect, I need you to understand that it's important for you to keep going, okay? There are things that are going to come against what you're trying to do. Don't let that distract you. Don't let that discourage you, because you are an overcomer, okay? So even if what you feel called to do, it doesn't make logical sense, even if it's not validated by anybody else, push forward anyway is the message, okay? And that leads me to my last channel message, which is pretty much in conjunction with everything that I've just said previously, but I am going to reiterate this. And that is, there are things that you are called to do that no one else is supposed to know. Not only are they not supposed to know, they're not supposed to understand. And they may not understand. There's been so many times that I've done things, that I've said things that people disagreed with me about, that they didn't understand at the beginning until they experienced it, or until they were able to see it. And sometimes they're not able to see it when you're able to see it. When God gives us a calling, when God gives us a mission, when God puts something on our heart, no one else is a part of that in most cases. And if they are, they're not a part of it in a way where they have the last say. Do you understand? Your relationship with God, your intuition, your connection, your communication with God is personal. God does use people like me and other people to deliver messages to you, but ultimately it's between you and God. And I need you to really get that through your head, because there's somebody out there that I'm talking to right now that is called to do something so major that it is absolutely scary, right? And I need you to not be discouraged just because you're scared. I need you to do it scared anyway. I need you to understand that whatever you've been called to do, you've also been empowered to do by the Most High. Okay? And so if nobody else can validate it, nobody else can see it, understand it, or appreciate it right now, doesn't mean don't do it. There are people who have planted seeds whose seeds did not even grow until after they were passed. You understand? So whatever it is that you feel called to do, I want to empower and encourage you to answer that call. I want you to understand that you are validated by the Most High, and that is all the validation that you need. Regardless of acceptance, and that can be hard. It's not easy. I don't mean to make it seem like it's easy. But regardless of whether you receive the validation, I need you to understand that not only are you called, but you are capable. Okay? So walk in your divine authority. Remember what you've been empowered to do and go execute. And that's all I have for now, because my phone dying. And I've just received so many distractions and disruptions that I almost didn't put out this message. I almost gave up. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Because the second part, when I re-recorded, there was no audio. And I was like, oh, my mic had turned off. But I was like, you know what? This message is too important. I don't know who I gotta reach. And this video may not reach more than 10 people. I don't care. Whoever watches this video, whoever comes across this video, whenever you come across this video, I don't care if it's 10 years from now. I need you to understand what you've been empowered to do. And with that being said, I'm not going to keep rambling. I'm going to let y'all go with love. Until next time, it has really, really been a pleasure. And it is my honor to be here. I love you.